Today, I'm going to explain firsthand how to trade stock using a limit order on the Webull app. As a beginner, it's information overload when jumping into the world of investing, let alone Webull itself because of the number of features. So this video and my others serve to break down that learning curve video by video, one by one, to make the whole process much easier to understand. By the time you leave this video, you'll not only understand how to place a limit order to buy and sell stock, but you'll also fully understand what a limit order is and how it works so you can confidently get started trading yourself. I'm going to throw my iPhone screen up here so you can follow along during the entire process. And remember, you can always pause the video, slow it down, or go back if any part confuses you. Near the end of the video, I'm going to explain two things that you need to know before using a limit order yourself, including one negative of using this order type. So make sure to stick around through the end of the video because you don't want to miss any key details. All right, so the first thing that you need to make sure of is that you've not only signed up for Webull, but you've submitted a brokerage application that has been approved and your account is open. Webull's offering new users 6 to 12 free shares of stock with a minimum guaranteed value of $34 up to $30,600 for signing up and depositing as little as 1 cent into their new account. Now, this is probably the best sign-up bonus I've ever seen for a brokerage account, and it's available for a limited time only. So if you're interested, I have left a link in the comment section below, which will take you directly to the sign-up page so you can take advantage of those free shares. Jumping into the Webull app, there are 5 tabs on the bottom of the screen. From any tab with the magnifying glass icon in the top right, you can search for a stock or other security to trade. So I currently own about 2.8 shares of Nvidia in my account, but today, as an example, I'm going to place a limit order to buy 5 more shares. I also own 14 shares of Verizon stock, my favorite high dividend yield stock, and as an example, I'm going to place a sell order to get rid of my entire position. So starting off with the buy order, I'm going to enter NVDA, the ticker symbol for Nvidia, and then I'm brought to the stock's information page. From here, you can view the stock's chart, options chain, news related to the stock, the feeds tab, analyst ratings, and company information. Now to get started trading, you'll want to hit the trade button in the bottom left corner, and then you can begin to fill out the order form. For a more in-depth guide to using the Webull mobile app for beginners, you'll want to check out the video that appears here at the end of this video. That's a complete guide to getting started with the app. So I'm first going to make sure the buy side is selected and leave the order type at limit. Before we change the price here, what you're effectively saying when you place a limit order is that you want to buy stock at a specific price point or better, and the opposite is true for a sell limit order. You do not want to sell until the stock reaches a certain price or better. As of recording this video, Nvidia is currently trading at $157.60 per share in after hours, but let's say that I'm not comfortable with that price point and I want to submit a limit order for a price point of $130 per share because I think that would be a great entry point for a long-term position in Nvidia. So for the limit price, I'm going to change this to $130. But then you'll notice the bid and ask prices above. What do these mean? The bid price represents the highest price that buyers are willing to pay for shares of a stock, while the ask price is the lowest price that sellers are willing to accept. When placing a buy order, what you're doing is actually paying the ask price, and when selling, you're receiving the bid price because remember, the bid price is the highest price that buyers are willing to pay sellers for shares of their stock. So when placing a buy market order, for example, your order fills almost immediately because you're paying whatever the current ask price is, whatever those sellers are asking for. But when placing a sell order through market order, you're actually receiving whatever the bid price is because again, that's the highest price at that very moment that buyers are willing to pay. So when you place a limit order, a buy limit order, for example, you're not going to have that order filled until the ask price of the stock reaches the specific limit price you set. Now, the difference between the bid and the ask price is what's known as the bid-ask spread. During after hours, like we're looking at this stock now, the bid-ask spread is usually wider because there's less trading activity than during regular market hours. But depending on the stock that you're looking at and the time that you're placing an order, the bid-ask spread can range from just a few cents up to a few dollars. Because the limit price I set is way outside the current bid and ask price for Nvidia, it's likely going to take some time for my order to fill, if it even does. So let's hit next, and then I'll enter 5 for the quantity. And then the next section is the trading hours. Regular market hours run from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. And then there's another option called extended hours. You have pre-market and aftermarket. Pre-market runs from 4 a.m. to market open and market close to 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to include extended hours here, so if at any point during extended hours the ask price reaches my limit, it has the potential to fill. The next section here is time in force, and you have two choices: day and good till canceled. When you select day, your order is open and fillable for the entire day, but if at the end of the day your limit price is not met, your order will automatically cancel. With good till canceled, choosing this keeps your order open and fillable for 60 days or until your order fills, whichever occurs first. Because I don't expect Nvidia to reach $130 per share anytime soon, I'm gonna enable good till canceled, so again, it's fillable for up to 60 days. You'll then see the estimated cost of the order as well as your available buying power. Now, as you can see, I only have $9.08 available. This is just an example order which I don't plan on placing, but if I did want to place it, I need to make sure my available buying power is greater than the estimated cost so I can fully fund that order. At that point, I can hit buy, and then I can verify the order details, make sure everything looks correct, ensure that I have enough funds for this order, and hit confirm. Now that you know how to place a buy limit order, let's look at how to place a sell limit order. So let's hop on over to Verizon stock. VZ is the ticker symbol there. I'll make sure the sell side is selected, leave the order type as limit, and remember, with a sell limit order, you want to make sure that your limit price is above the current market price. So I'm going to say that I don't want to sell my shares until the price of Verizon reaches $55. So I'm going to enter 55 here. And then again, you'll see the bid and ask prices. But on the sell side, you'll want to pay attention to the bid price because our limit order will not fill until the bid price reaches the limit we set. For quantity, I'm going to hit close all so all my shares are added. And then for trading hours, I'm going to include extended hours here because I don't expect Verizon to hit $55 per share anytime soon. Time in force, I'll do good until canceled because again, I don't expect it to fill in after hours today, so we'll have that open and fillable for up to 60 days. You'll then see the estimated amount you'll receive if your limit order executes. You'll see the total shares of the stock that you currently own, and then the cost basis, which represents the average price per share that you paid for each share of the stock that you own. So I know that if my limit order executes at $55 per share, I'll have profited because that's well above $37.29 per share. Now that you know how to trade stock using a limit order on Webull, there are two things that you need to understand before getting started yourself. First, when placing a buy limit order, you can miss out on a potential better price. For example, if you place a buy limit order at $135 per share, the stock is currently trading at $140, but then all of a sudden crashes through below $135 on some bad news, all the way down to $100 per share, your limit is still going to execute at around 135, so you missed out on even more of a decline. Same can also happen on the sell side. For example, if you place a sell limit order at $200 per share, the stock price shoots through 200 up to $250 per share. Your order is still gonna trigger at about $200, and then you missed out on all that extra profit. The second thing that you need to understand about limit orders is that you can cancel the order at any time before it's executed with no consequences. This is especially important in situations where maybe you set a sell limit order at a certain price, like the $200, but then you have reason to believe that the stock's price is going to shoot up past that. Well, if the order hasn't executed yet, you can cancel that and take advantage of the continuing upward trend. Now that you know how to place a trade using a limit order on the Webull app, you'll want to watch this video here, which is a complete beginner's tutorial to actually using and understanding the Webull app.